If you cannot stand your job and you want to quit your 9 to 5 and you want to start an entrepreneurial path and you want to create your own business and brand, these are some of the things that you need to make sure that you do before you jump headfirst into quitting your job. So the main thing is that you want to have a cushion. You want to have some fallback money. And I would say that you want to have 2, 4, or 6 months worth of savings in your account that replaces your actual income should your business not generate money straight away. But before you do that, you obviously need to generate the money so that you can put it in the savings account. So you want to find a product or a service that interests you and that actual people want, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're deeply passionate about, but it has to be something that interests you. Otherwise, you're going to get burnout. Every time you hit like an obstacle or some kind of challenge, you're just going to give up because you're not passionate about it. So you need to actually have something that is of interest to you that people actually want. So once you've got your product or your service sorted out, you're going to create the brand, right? So you're going to have all of your payment portals, your website, everything's going to be ready to go, and you're going to actually start marketing the business. Now, when you start actually generating the income, I would split it. Some people would say to split 50-50. 50% goes into savings and 50% goes back into generating the actual business or growing the actual business. Some people say to do 50% savings, 30% to go back into the business, and 20% to pay yourself. But remember, you're working your 9 to 5, so you don't necessarily need to be paying yourself. The 50% that you're putting into the account is going to be your cushion money. As soon as that 50% that you've been putting away every single month starts to actually grow and it looks like it can replace your income for that 2, 4, or 6 months, it's time for you to give in your notice. But I would also make sure that the business you are running is actually creating enough income so that it's replacing your 9 to 5. So let's say you get £3,000 a month from your 9 to 5 job. You want to make sure that the money that you're bringing into the business is going to be more than £3,000, right? Because you need to put some of it back into the business to help it grow. You've got your business expenses, and then you obviously want to have your lifestyle that you're having. One of the other really, really important things to remember is to lower your expenses. So if you've got a high mortgage, if you have got a really flash car, if you're spending loads of money on takeaway, entertaining yourself, then you really want to drop those expenses so that your cushion money is reduced and you've got more of a safety net. So when you've got your 2, 4, or 6 months worth of savings, depending on what your lifestyle is and depending on how anxious it makes you to kind of quit your job. Once you've got that amount of savings in your bank account, it's then time for you to give your notice. But you have to remember that maybe 1 to 2 months before you give your notice, you want to increase your marketing like nothing before. So you want to make sure that you are increasing the revenue that you are bringing into the actual business. And I wouldn't quit my job in order to do that. I would definitely do that before I've quit my job.